Tales of Sandsea, Chapter 1. It was a suspiciously quiet day at the castle. A royal guard sat on top of the wall surrounding the roof with a scroll in hand. The prince stood behind her, glancing up at the foggy amber sky as he waited. The guard opened the scroll and began to read aloud.
Sandsea has always viewed Skyfield with disdain. Skyfield is a technologically advanced civilization of elves who live in floating islands, sharing all memories, information, and knowledge telepathically. They formed a hive mind that ruled their kingdom with zero compassion. Sandsea is the kingdom of humans and halflings. We have chosen to preserve nature instead of making technological advancements at the risk of environmental damage. 1,000 years ago, Sandsea was covered in green. Due to the pollution generated by Skyfield's nuclear power plants, our forests and lakes eventually turned into deserts.
That's not what the scroll says.
The prince interrupted.
Shell, are you even trying?
Of course I am, Nova. I got all the facts right, didn't I?
Shell hopped off the edge of the wall.
I'm glad you paid attention in history class, but that's not the point. You're learning to read.
Why do I need to know how to read anyway? It's not like I'm trying to become a military strategist. If 95% of Sandsea's population can get by without knowing how to read, then so can I.
Shell slammed the scroll against the stone wall. Nova picked up the scroll and threw it towards Shell's head.
You are learning how to read, and that's final.
Ugh, you sound just like my mother.
Shell grabbed the scroll and swung it at the prince. Nova blocked it with his claws.
Then you'd better listen to me, brat. Read the damn scroll,
he insisted, yanking the scroll away before pushing it back towards Shell.
That reminds me. How's Queen Nebula doing?
Nova's expression turned grave.
All her scales have fallen off. She can barely shoot a single flame. Honestly, I don't think she has much time left.
Wow, I'm sorry.
Their conversation was cut short by a soft thud. Shell and Nova turned around to see a dark-haired elf with an odd-looking device strapped to his back. A red badge with a diplomat symbol was wrapped around his arm.
Don't mind me, I'm simply here to update our visual database.
The elf said, placing the strange device down. He pressed a few buttons on the device, and a bright light began to flash.
What is that?
Shell asked, pointing her sword towards the device with caution.
A camera. Puny-brained waste of space.
Shell let the elf's snarky remark slide.
State your name and purpose.
I'm Argon, a landscape photographer. I just need a few photos and then I'll be gone.
Nova couldn't care less about why he was there.
Did you overhear our conversation?
He asked.
You mean the part where your queen is dying from a terminal illness?
Crap! He knows! We can't let him return to Skyfield with this information. They might start an all-out attack on us if they knew that the Queen can no longer protect us.
Shell rambled on in panic, wishing that she had never asked about the Queen.
That would certainly be the rational thing to do. Without Sandsea's constant interference, Skyfield would have the freedom to obtain any natural resource for research. Your Queen's ability to generate a wall of fire around Sandsea is the only reason why we haven't attempted to attack.
Shell, kill him!
Nova ordered.
What?
Our firewall's down. If we let him leave with this information, our kingdom's done for.
And killing him is our only alternative?
It appears so.
Shell blinked in disbelief at Argon's surprisingly calm response.
See, even he agrees with me. Please, Shell, you have to kill him.
Shell put her sword away.
I haven't been asked to execute anyone before and would like to keep it that way.
This doesn't count as a kill. Elves don't have emotions anyway. He doesn't feel fear, pain, or regret. It's no different from chopping down a tree.
Argon stood silently still, watching with a stoic expression as the guard and prince continued to argue. Being untrained in combat, he knew that the chances of making it out of this situation alive was next to nothing.
See, he's not even trying to run away or begging for his life. Just kill him already.
Okay, I'll do it!
Shell raised her sword.
I'm sorry. This is for the greater good.
Watching Shell's hands tremble, Argon reached for the sword's handle in an attempt to disarm her. When his hands brushed against hers, a series of unfamiliar memories flooded his mind. Argon heard a voice that he soon recognized to be Shell's mother.
There's no way you'd ever make it as a guard. You're only human.
That kind of life is just not for you, kid. You should just help us at the shop.
Yeah! Quit going after ridiculous things, stupid!
Despite everyone's discouraging words, Shell refused to give up.
Make me your apprentice!
Shell said as she kneeled at the doorstep of a retired knight.
Piss off! Please teach me how to fight! I'm not leaving until you agree! Then stay there and die for all I care, stupid human.
So she did, until she passed out from exhaustion, and when she woke up,
You're really a whole new level of stupid, aren't ya? Fine, I'll teach you. Only because I have nothing better to do anyway.
10 years flew by.
Well, who would have thought that a gosh darn human could actually make a fairly good warrior? But when you're out there kicking butt and saving lives, remember, don't be afraid to run away. Some of your opponents are made of scales, claws, and teeth, while you're practically a walking bag of flesh ready to be chopped up. Still, always show mercy whenever you can. Sometimes, the solution is not to fight at all. Good and evil is not determined by where one is from, or which kingdom you live to serve. True evil comes from a place of apathy and selfishness.
Those were the retired knight's final words before Shell said goodbye to her. Shell became the first human to pass the Royal Guard's exam.
They only hired you because you're friends with the prince.
Friends? Nah, dude. She's clearly his favorite slut.
The gods are always saying such awful things about you. I can't tell them to shut up.
The prince offered.
No, please don't. It's not their fault. They don't know how hard I've worked to get here. And besides, I've been through a lot worse than this.
18 years of Shell's life flooded through Argon's mind in mere seconds. When it was over, it felt as if the memories were his own.
Are you really okay with this? Are you ready to die?
I don't want to die!
Sandsea has always been viewed sky-filled with disdain, sharing all memories, information, and knowledge telepathically. If 90 pie, yeah, I really want a pie right now. Anyway, make me your apprenticeship. Yeah, because I want an apprenticeship. Not, you don't become an apprentice, you become an apprenticeship. Okay. Oh my god, I heard that meow! You make me feel so high. That cat was so cute, man.
Oh god, my microphone's almost out of batteries.
Are you ready to die with... Whoa, okay. Are you ready to die with this? Are you okay to ready? Yeah, that's totally what the line says.